I cannot believe it actually happened.
Everything in life will happen, just not the way you imagine it would have.
Because how do you sleep when you know you're going to spend $5,000 the next day? Moments like that, I was like, it's not going to happen.
Why we, work so hard to put our city on the map and like just chase our dreams. It was like that was the moment.
Welcome back to Two Fries Podcast, aka the #1 podcast in Winnipeg. I think we've solidified ourselves as that, especially after the recent video that we just posted. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy 2024. New
First
year,
episode.
New Year, new me kind of vibes.
No, you're you kind of a, yeah.
No, same kind of vibes. Today we're going to be talking about the ins and outs of the holiday video that we just posted.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes stuff that didn't really make the video, and the process that it took to make the video. So enjoy.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, what are you guys' initial thoughts on the final product?
I definitely thought it was one of our best pieces of content that we put out yet so far,
Yeah.
for sure.
I would agree.
I
I would
think so.
agree. I can't believe it happened. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
I cannot believe it actually happened.
For the time frame that we gave ourselves, we pulled it off pretty well.
And to the T.
Yeah.
Like we recorded an episode November 16th, the last actual
last
podcast
episode.
that we
Yeah.
actually recorded before the holiday video. And it's spot on.
Yeah.
Like whatever we imagined, whatever we hoped, and this was before we had a sponsor, before St. James came on board. Yeah, we did it. And for a very long time, I did not think it was going to happen. We were doing steps every day, just trudging towards it. But at some moment, I was like, "Oh, it's not going to happen." And then something would happen. I'd be like, "Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, no, it's not going to
Yeah.
happen. We're not going to have enough money. Oh, there's the money. We're not going to be able to secure the schools. Oh, there's the schools." Like slowly and steadily, it eventually did happen. But for a very long time, I did not think it was going to happen.
I think the idea was too good to not happen, The stars aligned somehow in the universe and was like, Two of Horizon is gotta do this video. Like, they gotta put this out. And I think it worked out. I mean, it's props to the team, like, props to the back end of, like, Kayla Giesberg, Devo, Robin. They took care of all the planning. Like, so, yeah, it was
nuts.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think, like, we had a time of, initially after the recording of our November episode, we gave our time like a month. Like I think it was 2 weeks to do every task, right?
Pretty much. Like Devo's the one who had the schedule. So like
Yeah, it was less than a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
2.5 weeks, yeah.
to pull off the to the idea of what it is now. Yeah. Insane. I'm still in, like, I've watched the video like 5 times. 5, 6 times, and every time there's a little tear that drops, and it's like, damn, we did that. Like, we did that.
Let's start from the beginning, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It was a lot of work.
Well, like, from the planning stage, like, even the idea, how did we think of the idea?
Well, we just sat in a room and just threw ideas.
Yeah,
like
where are we doing a boys only podcast? We were just sitting here and we were just talking about like
I think we
ways could
recorded it.
expand and stuff like that. And
yeah, like we knew we were gonna do a holiday video, and it just happened that we did like St. James Brock's episode, and it kind of like, how can we combine the two?
Yeah.
And it was a great like fit in terms of this video was meant to happen that way, the way it did.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it happening with anybody else really. It was just that video was made for that occasion, and so I think after that, that's when the planning says we printed off a proposal. So like
Yeah, well, it was
we like the idea. I have a picture of it. Like it's in a nice little folder, a nice little white folder, clear screen, like.
Yeah, 2 for right.
Handed an actual, like, we had a plan. We're like, okay, we're gonna pitch this idea. Handed it to him, and I was like, this is what you need.
But that was the day that I was like, yeah, this is not gonna happen.
How so? How so, Arsh?
Well, Brock's, you're seeing this, and Brock's episode's out, but that took us 4 tries to film.
Yeah.
4 tries. I don't know what went wrong with our equipment.
Never had that much trouble.
Never had. Yeah.
Anyone. And it was just like every time we would show up to the dealership, we would record an hour-long episode, be the best conversation we've had. just nothing happens. Like there's no like it doesn't save. The file goes corrupt.
Felt so bad.
Yeah,
The
Felt
file corrupted twice.
yeah.
What is the chances of that? That's so fluky.
And the first time we did it, okay, sure, you can admit the second time just felt so bad, and we got backups for the backups, but something else completely unrelated to the backups. Yeah, it just felt very bad for the whole situation. And so then going from that and pitching an idea.
Yeah, it was crazy because
I mean, wanting to do something special for them was kind of incorporated into that because
Yeah.
we felt bad though, right?
Mm-hmm.
well, it wasn't even because of that. Like they wanted to be, recognized for what their dealership is about, and we're here to, document whoever's in Winnipeg. So
But I'm just saying we could have approached anybody, and we decided that they were the right choice.
Yeah, because they were great to us.
it,
and
it
so
fit. It fit.
it just made sense. It just made sense with the situation at hand that was the only route that really made sense.
And I will say that their team is spectacular.
Yeah.
The networking event went like swimmingly. I couldn't have asked for more help from them. That was friggin' awesome that they all turned up on their day off too. To
Yeah.
help us out, so.
Yeah. So it was a 3-stage idea, right? We first was get the gifts, do the networking night, and then or networking / wrapping night, and then do the gift delivery. But we weren't planning for 3 days.
No.
We were planning for 3 days. How long did it take us?
Well, the actual filming of the process took us like 4 days, but the entire process took a month. Like the entire month, probably.
Yeah,
like hours and hours. But that was expected. That was expected. Like
Yeah.
the time after as well. Let's go to day one,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you guys had pictured what was going on in mind, but like I didn't really know what we were doing. Like, yes, we were going to the stores the night before. Actually, me, Devo, and Kayla, we actually went on to like Walmart's website and picked out, okay, this is how much gifts we need for this. This is what we need for this, because we had a list of all the kids that needed presents. And it did not feel real, is what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Devo. Like we
sat there for like 3 hours.
3 hours.
Oh, while I was writing my exams.
Yeah, like during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did we do in those 3 hours?
Man, we basically we went through, how many kids was it?
200 something.
No, it was 137, I think,
Yeah, somewhere around
actual something. Yeah, I
And then we
believe.
broke down the math, and we had to figure out what kids we needed what, and we had to get contacts from all the schools and hear back from them before we could even make all those plans. So I think that's one of the reasons why we did it last minute, was because everything was kind of last minute. We didn't know what we were getting until right then, right? But yeah, we looked through it all, and we found gifts for all of the kids and what they wanted, and we managed to get families and a couple gifts for each kid.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
But it did not feel real. Like we put 25 Monopoly sets in a cart
Yeah.
on the computer.
Yeah.
On the computer, and I was like, "There's no
Like,
way."
like 30 soccer balls.
30, and this was all like online. I was like, "This is no way, no way."
And it was crazy because, like, when I finished my exam and we hopped on a call, it was like, we were both kind of skeptical if it was going to work out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they showed me the cards. And I was like, there's no way we need 30 soccer balls. Like, there's no way we need, like, this many Monopolies, or we need, this many Uno cards. Like, it was fun, but, like, almost unrealistic.
It didn't feel real.
It felt like it was too good to be true, almost.
It just felt like a game. I don't know.
Absolutely.
So the next day, like we woke.
Sorry, I was just gonna say the craziest thing is we could have gone bigger too.
Yeah.
Like we easily, like, if we had a bigger budget, there was way more kids.
Yeah.
That could have easily gotten more gifts. You know what I mean? Like we only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Like, even when we filled up the carts online, I think we saw the budget, and it was like, oh, this is well under budget.
Yeah.
Like,
On the carts online, it was like $3,000.
Yeah, like the
And
total.
so they were like, okay, we've accounted for every single family, we've accounted for every single kid and the family gifts as a whole. It's $3,000. But again, we were on, like, we didn't know what was inventory was in store.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay, comfortable. We have $2,000 to play with. Let's say we're gonna give away all of the money anyway. But okay, we'll spend this much. We'll see what we are at, and then we'll go back and buy even more. of the same kind of things, so we can give them to whichever other kids needed it.
Yeah.
Well, which was great because we managed to get more gifts for the Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, come day of or buying the gifts, I remember I was up at like 5:30 in the morning. I was so excited.
I didn't sleep. I don't think I slept. Like 4 hours max.
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah, the night before I was like thinking about the idea and I'm like, this is sick.
Because how do you sleep when you know you're gonna spend $5,000 the next day of like toys?
But the idea, like, yeah, through the entire process, I was just like, guys, what are we doing? Like, yeah, I've said this so many times in the actual like the clips that didn't make the episode, but I was like, bro, this is crazy. Like, I remember I think I was one point we went to the Lego station. I put my arms around and just like put it in the bin.
Yeah.
And that was so fun,
That's a
dude.
good feeling, eh?
I gotta give a shout out. I don't know if you guys remember this. Well, I remember it because I watched the footage. The lady who gave us the carts
Yeah.
at the very beginning. So sweet. Gotta give her a shout out. So we walked into Walmart.
Yeah.
2 cars full of people, like what, 7 people, 8 people. And we didn't have like $1 because you need $1 to put the cart in. Of course, we spent $5,000. We didn't have $1, but that makes total sense. No, we didn't have like a loonie, like an actual loonie to put in. And so the lady goes, "Oh, don't worry, she has a little key." She's like, "I got you."
Yeah.
And
That was
she
so
like
nice.
unplugs one. She's like, "How many you need?" And I'm like, "We need 5." 5. And I go, "Yeah, we're filling it up." And then so she unlocked 5 of them for us. But shout out to that girl.
Yeah.
Thank you, Walmart lady.
She was so nice. And she was so confused, oblivious to what was going on. No clue what we were going on. White Christmas hats on, walking in.
We walked in as a unit too. It was like,
Yeah, we being it.
yeah, it was nice. And then first cart, I think I was a little behind. I was filming a little skit for the vlog, and I walk in and Robin, Devo, Kayla, they have this cart full of Lego, and I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And it was like 5 minutes into the actual shopping, and it was like we already filled up one cart.
It happened so quick.
So quick.
We thought we were gonna be there all day.
Yeah.
We did.
And that maybe took an hour.
Yeah.
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 And then from there it was okay, like card games, like whatever toy you could imagine, we put into that cart.
Again, did not feel real.
No.
Like it just did not feel like, okay, we were buying this. It just felt like we were putting in the cart.
Yeah, like it was no way. Like my childhood, like the inner child in me was going crazy because imagine you're 7 years old, get to walk into Walmart, buy anything you want.
That's what it felt like.
That's
what
what
it did feel like. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a blessing. Like I could not describe that moment. I was so happy, and we got to mess around with the soccer balls. I think that was in the video.
Did it good, yeah.
Yeah, and the looks people would give us, it's just a whole crew walking carts full to the cash register, and people were like, wow.
That was one thing I noticed was how many people were like looking.
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Even the employees, like they were, oh, I remember this specific moment, and we filled up like, I think it was 7 carts total, right? 7 or 8.
Something around that.
I think it was 7. It's 7. So we were picking a lane to start checking out in, and we realized it was going to take too long because people are checking out their groceries, that there's other things. So Brock and I walk up to customer service and we're like, hey, we're here. We explain the mission.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can talk to the manager about this? And she's like, oh, what do you need to talk to the manager about?
Yeah.
And, oh, we just want to, like a execution of like open up a lane so we can just check out and not disturb you guys' business.
Yeah.
She's like, cool, I'll do it. No manager needed.
Nice.
And so that was the lady.
That was the lady.
That was the lady that came up and opened our own line checkout and like let us hop behind hop behind the register to do all the checking out. That was it was just crazy, like how everything worked too good.
Yeah, it worked too good. And like, I had to call the bank. Yep.
Yeah.
That didn't make it in the video.
No, I think it did. The first.
There's a clip. But
There's a clip.
It did not. It didn't make a video. But
I remember the entire time Robin's on the phone because I told you I was like, yeah, even though we got the limits increased.
yeah, the limit was increased, so I knew it was going to be okay. But then the flag, you mentioned the flag transaction of doing a large transaction at one time.
Yeah.
And then being like, ooh, what's going on. So then
Would have been great for the video.
it would have been good, but like we would have wasted an hour
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like.
So it's good.
just
He was on the phone while shopping, and it worked out.
Yeah, the guy goes, "What's going on?" And we just need to. I'm making a purchase like now, like in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just make sure it goes through. He goes, "No problem, man. No problem. Merry Christmas." I go, "Thank you, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir." So
Yeah.
shout out to the bank.
We pulled up at like 9 o'clock to Walmart, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. We were there for 8, I think. The dealership for
Dealership
8,
8.
and then we got to the Walmart around 9.
And we were done by 12.
Yeah, we were
Like done.
done
yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
Like that means putting everything in the car, putting everything away, took it all back to St. James, filled it in an office.
Yeah, that was fun.
Just see the whole team just in an office. Kayla's got sticky notes and like figuring out her system. Great feeling. Great feeling.
Yeah.
Love
And that
Shout out to Kayla too. Thank you.
yeah, no, without Kayla, I don't think this video would have been possible. Like the level of organizing Kayla has,
Yeah.
we would have been running around with our heads cut off.
Well, you guys know about the story about Kayla, but I'm sure not everybody knows the story about Kayla. We were probably Thursday. Thursday was the final day for the schools to submit all the like lists of kids that we needed. And I was looking through this, and I knew Arsh wasn't going to be there for the wrapping event because he had an exam. So it's like thinking, I was like, how are me and Devo going to, 1, organize the entire wrapping event, 2, figure out what kids go to what presents go to what kids, and like who are we gonna, like how are me and you, just me and you from Tool for Eyes team, gonna figure that out? And because I was like, okay, well, there's going to be a bunch of people, guests, people are coming to the networking event, we've got to attend to them. Then we have a whole film crew, someone's going to attend to them. Then just figuring out logistics. And I was like, we need a person. We need a person. And I didn't tell anyone, I just called, I looked through my phone book and I was like, who can I call that like I know is just a boss? Like who can like take care of things? And Kayla was student council president when she's a year younger than me and Arsh, so we went to Dakota together. And so she was a year younger and she was president, and I've known Kayla for a while. So I called up Kayla and I called her the first time and she didn't pick up. I called her on the Thursday, she did not pick up. And I was like, uh-oh, this is problematic. So then I like tried looking for other people, but I texted a few, but I couldn't really find anyone. I was like, no, I don't think so. And then she responds me back. She's like, hey, what's up? It turns out she was submitting her last like proposal for her like exam on the Thursday, so she didn't get back to me then. So she texted me the next day, and then I was at school, so I called her right away as soon as I got the text. I go and she goes, "Hey, Mr. Man." I go, "Hi, Miss Giesberg. I have an idea for you." And she goes, and then I explain her the entire idea, and she goes, "This is awesome. This is great." And I go, "Yeah, Kayla, we're doing it tomorrow. Like, it's happening tomorrow."
I didn't realize that was like such short notice for her.
It was Friday, and we hopped on a call that Friday night to figure out the thing. So I called her on Friday. I go, "Hey, it's happening tomorrow." And she goes, "Well, I gotta like go. I'm planning going on like a trip with my boyfriend, and like, I go, Kayla, I'd love to have you. Let me know how it works." I hang up the phone. 5 minutes go by. She texts me. She's like, "I'm in." Go and like just. Yeah, words can't express how much Kayla helped.
Yeah, because I remember hopping on, like that evening we had a call to figure out all the cart
Yeah,
situations.
you guys didn't know Kayla was coming.
I didn't know. And he texted me like 30 minutes before the meeting. He's like, yeah, I got Kayla. I'm like, you know what? I didn't even have to question it because that's how good our connection is with Kayla, that we know that anything she hops on, it's gonna kill it. So yeah, without her, I don't think this video would have been possible. Like huge shout out to Kayla Giesberg.
And that worked so well because Devo could just focus on his stuff and figuring out just how the logistics works, which again, shout out to Devo, could not have done without you either.
Yeah, no, Devo played a big role.
And then like, I could just worry about like just taking care of the film crew and like the actual event itself. It was like worked out. That's why I'm saying when moments like that, I was like, it's not gonna happen. Like it's genuinely not going to happen, and then just happens to work out.
Yeah, like me not being there, and then D was like, "All right, let me take over," and that was perfect. Like, but yeah, genuinely, bro. Without you, I don't think this would have been.
You deserve credit. You deserve a lot more credit. Of course.
Like Devo managed basically all the logistics in terms of figuring out, okay, this is how much we're spending. This is
Keep in mind, this is the first time
schedule.
we're doing this.
And he kept us on track. He was we'll talk about this when we go in on delivery day, but that was his duty. It was like to keep us on schedule, tell us what we're doing, where we're going, and it's
Who
perfect.
we need.
Yeah.
That's a big thing too.
Yeah, who we need to talk to. Like, I remember we walked into Walmart, and there was a clip. It's the first 2 seconds of the clip. Managers are already eyeing us. So Diva does what Diva's supposed to do. He has his suit on. He
You went
goes.
to change. I don't know. You showed up. You showed up here early. We were here early.
Yeah.
In like a hoodie, and you're like, "I'm going home to change." And I was like, "What?"
I didn't understand it.
Professional, man.
I didn't understand. I was like, bro, like we're all dressed up in hoodies. Like you're fine. And he's like, nope,
I'm gonna change.
I'm going home. And I'm like,
"All right,
cool.
fair."
And then he shows up to the dealership in his suit. And I'm like,
I get it.
I get it. I understand why now. Because when the managers are eyeing us, he's like,
What'd
like-
you say to I don't. This wasn't on camera, so I have no idea what you said to the manager.
So I walked up to customer service and I pulled him aside, told him I need to talk to a manager, and it took a while for a manager to come out, which was in our favor. And yeah, I just talked to him, explained the video idea, and explained that we're spending a bunch of money there, and that we'd be recording and everything like that, and hope he had no issue with it. And I mean, whatever response we got was whatever response we got, and the video happened. So
Yeah. They didn't say anything.
No,
we
they-
did. We had no issues to it.
no, there at a point there was an employee there in the aisle, and he acted like it was like we weren't even there. Like
Yeah.
it was totally normal. Like we were causing chaos.
Yeah, we were yelling. Well, we were screaming. We were excited. We were
Yeah.
excited. And
Yeah.
then again, we had like camera people around. Like each
Yeah.
one of us had a camera. We had Adam Beer filming. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, with an official like. And I told Adam, I was like, listen, there's a chance you may get kicked out.
Yeah.
But do not stop recording. And this man took my advice literally because every moment was recorded.
Yeah.
There's 24 minutes videos of him just holding the camera down. And I'm like, yo, I get it. I didn't need the entire. And so me scrubbing through the footage, I had to cut so much of it. Of like, it's just us having a regular conversation, but the camera just pointed to the floor because I told him not to stop recording. And he followed my advice.
He followed the instructions.
I guess, yeah. So
That's dedication.
thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam.
hey, at least he's not leaving any room for mistakes.
No, he did, and I respect it. I did respect it a lot.
That was awesome.
I did not watch any of it. I just skimmed through all of it.
We should give a shout out to the filmers too that helped us out.
Yeah.
We had 3 of them, right?
Yeah, Adam was on the first day. Adam Beer. He was on the first day. On the second day, we had Taryn Kumar.
Yeah.
Aiden, AFN Productions. That's
Yeah.
his production house.
Shout out to Fateh Films.
Fateh Films and his friend Manny. That was on the third day, and then Taryn was there also.
Yeah. Shout out to Taryn too.
So we had 5 people filming.
Yeah.
For us.
All different. And again, another thing which I was like, it's not going to happen because the amount of filmers that I reached out to and the amount of people that were either busy, that had things to do, or that just weren't in the budget, or like we didn't spend any money on them. All the filmers did it for free.
Yeah.
Which
was
is
amazing.
Yeah, which they don't need to.
Yeah.
And that just shows that they respected the idea, that they loved the idea, and that they were willing to be a part of it. So I do owe them a lot of credit.
Yeah.
I
so-
think that, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I think that something that we should do in the near future for 204 Rise's networking events, or maybe even our soonest networking event, is do one that kind of is a thank you back from us to all of our previous guests, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, you know, we appreciate you helping us through this journey, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
No. And a lot of that love was felt. Especially like a lot of people when we reached out for the networking event. Let's go to day 2 now.
Yeah.
Day 2 was the networking event. A lot of it included sending out invites, hundreds of invites sent, hundreds. Some with the right time, some with the wrong time. But hundreds of DMs sent. Not so much emails. I didn't send that many emails, but a lot of DMs, a lot of texts.
Yeah, we basically, like, you went through.
I went through everybody, almost everyone who's been on the podcast before and other connects, but it was tough because it was a week out. It was a week out.
Yeah,
and
we were, if we had like a month, sent those out a month in advance, that would have been a huge event.
Yeah.
And so and it was also a Sunday, the Sunday before Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
it was a lot to ask, and to everyone who actually made it out. Again, so much love, so much love.
I'm honestly kind of glad it wasn't as big as we thought it was going to be.
because we were done way quicker.
Yeah, well, there wouldn't have been enough space for everyone.
No.
We were already full up with what we had that
Yep.
day. So
Yep.
Yeah, and huge shout out to the St. James crew for also
They pulled
making it.
through.
Yeah, right. You know, it's their day off, but they chose to show up and believe in the idea. So,
Much love.
yeah, much love to you guys and your team.
So me and Kayla left this house probably an hour and a half on the before the event was supposed to start. An hour and a half. Probably a good hour and a half, yeah. We're like, okay, it's gonna take half an hour to get there. We're gonna be there for an hour. We're gonna set up. We also had to pick up a fog machine and we had to pick up a speaker. Cool. An hour and a half is plenty of time. We are stuck in traffic for a kid shot an hour and 15 minutes. Just waiting on Keniston on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And I am so confused on like why there's traffic. We're just not even moving. Not a move. I call you, you're also in traffic. And so I'm like, okay. And then we get to the dealership late. Like we were supposed to start at 1, we get there for 1. Like we're late. And we left 11:30.
yeah, I got there only at like 12:20 myself, and like I think Adam had beat me there, and that was the only other person. That was
Yeah, like we were, yeah, because the filmers had already been there, everybody else was there, and we were just caught up in traffic. And we were so confused why. And then when I get there, now it was stressful. I will say that first hour probably so stressful because
They had to
people
move
were
fast, yeah.
people were starting to come in. None of the cameras were really set up. The toys were still kind of in the back, and we had to figure everything out. People were coming in. I was trying to entertain them as well as like set everything up. Yeah, stressful moment. And I remember Brock looks at me and goes, "Just breathe, bro. Just breathe. Just breathe." I go, "Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying." But yeah, no, that was for stressful for sure. That's when I felt it.
Yeah.
Again, another moment I was like, not gonna happen.
So how'd you deal with it?
I didn't. I just kept going. Like it was like one thing after another. It was a great thing that the filmers were able to kind of do their own thing. Aiden and Taryn, I was just like, hey, listen, like you guys do your thing. If you need me, you let me know. And they kind of did their own thing. Kayla took care of the presents. Stevie took care of like the organizing, everything as well.
setting up our camera.
And it was good that people were kind of rolling in slowly. It wasn't like right away, but it was like slowly rolling in. And then, yeah. So it was like a lot of running around, but eventually, you know,
By
things
like
happened.
1:30, I think everybody is pretty much there, and like we were all ready to go.
Yeah.
On the move. So.
But that short period, I was we had to print stuff, and I was like, I didn't print stuff, and there was things going on, and the printer ran out of paper, and I was like, why? It's a dealership. And then Sonny was like, oh, come with me, and we go into the back with a big printer stood up, and I was like, I just need 3 pieces. Like, I don't need that much. Yeah, a lot going on. And then they're like, I was like, I gotta make an announcement. He's like, okay, just stand on the desk. Okay.
And then we set off the fire alarm with the smoke machine.
Yeah, so to get the fog machine, and I was like, it's fog, it's not smoke.
Yeah.
There's no way, it's not heat, it's vapor. It's not like it should set off the smoke alarm. Thank goodness it did not set off during the time.
Oh yeah, or the sprinklers.
Yeah, so how long did it last? I think we were done by 4:35. I want to say took around 4 hours, 4 hours.
Is that late?
I think so. We did start like a little later, so.
I thought everybody was pretty much gone by 4. Like we were finished wrapping around 4 o'clock. I thought, but then we had to do the loading up the vehicle.
You're probably right,
and
actually.
we had to do the recording of the last clips and everything. So yeah, it was probably around 5.
5, yeah. So we were like throughout the time we play music, so I had a little remote. And I would just press the button and fog would come up. There's 4 different options. I had no idea what any of the options did. I just press random buttons at random times.
Could have blown up the whole machine.
But no, the guy told me, he's like, there's different little settings. You just press one and fog will come out. I was like, cool. And so I pressed the fog machine and fog comes out. And thank goodness it did not ring the fire alarm or the sprinklers while everybody was there.
Yeah.
Because the clip that you see in the video of after, that is after everyone had left. Most people had left, and we were just wrapping up, putting all the presents away.
So you blew the smoke there as well, or the fog?
Yeah, so the fog was set up like around the Christmas tree area,
Yeah.
and every time like a beat would drop, I would press the fog, and it would just create a nice little haze, and people, I think people enjoyed it. It was like something cool.
Yeah.
And then we moved the fog machine closer to the car for that final shot that you see in the video, because we knew we needed some sort of transition. And how many times we rehearsed that was insane.
I think what kind of had to play. Well, I mean, yeah, it's true. But I think what had to play into the fire alarms going off too was the fact that instead of it being angled at the floor, it was angled towards the sky
Yep.
when we shot it. So
Because the shot looks sick.
The shot looks
That
sick.
shot
Yeah,
looks
the
that
shot
shot,
looks sick.
the shot looks amazing. And we rehearsed it so many times of like what we're gonna say. I think we probably did 10 to 15 takes of like without actually pressing and without actually setting off the cannons. Because we only had 4 or 5 cannons, so it's like one and done. Like whatever makes it in the video, this is what's gonna happen. And I'm glad that shot worked out perfectly. The labeling kind of worked out ish.
I think that leads us into day 3, right? That was day 3 was delivery day. So, like always, we show up here for like 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock. Pile up the car with the camera equipment. We roll out to St. James. We get there for 7.
Yeah, we were early. We were early.
Yeah.
Because I did not want to be in the middle late again.
Yeah, so it was good. We showed up on time, got some shots, intro clips, and then waited for the team to show up, the camera, and then cars rolled out. That was the best part was when we like opened up the dealership doors and the black labels like roll out.
Yep.
That was sick.
that was good. That was good.
Good shot. Good
Yeah.
shot.
And so then from there, it was go mode. First stop was Dakota Collegiate.
Yep.
That was
So you guys were in a car. Me and Brock were in the car with the vehicles, and then you, Taylor,
With the gifts.
Devo. Yeah, what did I say?
With the vehicles.
The car with the vehicles. Yes, the gifts.
the gifts. Yeah.
And then it was you, Devo, Taylor, and
And
Taryn.
Taryn,
And
yeah.
Taryn were in that car, and Kaylee eventually joined. But
But that our car was like, I remember when you and Brock drove by,
yeah,
we couldn't see you because there's so much like
yeah,
I don't know, like mud on the windshield because it was like a mixture of like snow, sand melting. And Taylor's like, I don't have windshield fluid.
See, I didn't know that until I watched the footage back. Because me and Brock pulled up to Dakota.
Yeah.
We're like, where are these guys? Like, they were just behind us.
Yeah, and even in the video, I was like, "No, Taylor, like, it's 8 o'clock. We gotta be there for 8:30." And then the drive from St. James to Dakota Collegiate was like a 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
And so, luckily, like we go up to Shell, and then me and Taylor get out, try to like go into the station, and they're like, "We don't carry windshield fluid." I was like,
So
"What
dumb.
Shell station doesn't carry wind fluid or the windshield fluid?"
Yeah.
And it was like, he was like, "Yo, let's put diesel in the."
Great. I died. I died laughing.
That was funny, eh?
I died laughing while watching that back. I was like, this gotta make it.
And I was like, bro. And then luckily 7-Eleven's just across the street, so we book it into there, get windshield fluid, fill her up, and make it.
So how long did that process take? Like,
It was like, I want to say it was like a 10-15 minute diversion.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember how long me and Brock were sitting there because I just eventually went in.
Yeah.
But I do remember you guys being like, I was like, where did these guys go? Did they meet a train? We were literally side by side. And I didn't know this until after I watched the footage back. And I was like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, we ran out of windshield fluid. And I was like, we could do without it. Like, like, and she's like,
Water
nope.
bottles.
I mean, it would have been good for the video, but I'm glad we played it safe and
So
got some windshield.
How'd you guys like being back at your old school?
crazy. Nuts. They let us do announcements. That didn't make the video.
That didn't make the video, but that's how we started.
Yep.
That's how this whole thing started. Was we started by doing morning announcements at Dakota Collegiate in 2018.
Yeah. And so when I walked in, I met Miss Yakachuk, Jessica Yakachuk. Shout out to her. She's the one who was at the Dakota. She's the one who helped set all that up. And walked in, she gave me a hug. She goes, "Hi." And I go, "Can I do an announcement?" Because they were in the middle of O Canada. I was like, "Can I do an announcement?" She goes, "Yeah." And then like while O Canada is playing, she's like slowly walking towards the office, and she like talks to Miss Mathay, Joe Mathay, the principal, and goes like, "Announcements?" And she goes, "Yep." And so they let us go and give us the phone for an announcement.
You were still on the way to the.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you guys. I was
Yeah.
like, where are these guys?
He calls me. He's like, "Bro, get here like right away." I'm thinking like something happened.
Yeah.
And so we pull out, and I'm like sprinting out of the car. I get to the office like, announcements. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yep. On the announcements, just a good like, "Good morning, Dakota. We're here showing love." Again,
it was-
whole school heard it. The whole school heard it.
And then, yeah, we delivered the presents. It was sick because we like formed a train. It was all the shots were in like the
All those
thought they
months.
killed this one shot. It was like all of us walking in. Yo, shout out! That was an amazing shot, Fateh. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, great shot.
yeah,
Cinematic.
yeah, it was amazing.
He shot everything in slow mo,
Which
was great. But
Yeah.
me watching, I had to like quadruple the speed while looking through the footage because it was just 4 minutes of us walking slow mo. I was like, this is great. This is great. But everything was in slow mo. Great job. We went around to every single one of our teachers, which was just such a humbling and so nice experience. All the teachers remembering who we were.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Give kids candy canes.
just all love all
It's
around.
so funny. My favorite part of going to the school was we walked into the band room and kids are practicing.
That was a hilarious part of the video.
I was like, you know what? I've never done this, and I'm gonna, I saw the wand there. I'm like, so let's do.
Kids went along with it.
And they went along, and the beat was nice, and I was just like, hey.
Yep.
I can't believe that made it into the video, but that was just like, I genuinely like laughed my ass off.
Dakota was the tough part, especially like, in the editing process, because there was so much footage of us in every one of the teachers' classrooms
Yeah.
that I didn't know what to cut and what I couldn't keep. Like this video would have been an hour long if we didn't cut like a lot of the stuff, but
Yeah.
those are decisions I had to make. But yeah, we talked to every single one of the teachers. All that stuff's on camera, and yeah, all that stuff was just nice words all around.
It'll make it to the documentary.
Yeah,
eventually.
I'll make it there. It's all saved.
Yeah.
Fast forward, Prairie Sunrise.
Yeah. That was amazing.
So Devo set that up.
Yeah.
Devo, talk about how that came about.
Well, I was lucky enough to have it in there. My aunt is the principal at Prairie Sunrise, so I contacted her, and she was able to arrange for us to get into the school and actually get to sit down and film with the kids, which was big. That was huge, because obviously it's not easy getting permissions and stuff like that around, filming with kids and stuff like that. But it was something that they were able to pull off for us, and we all sat down in the library with them, and they sat in a circle. I mean, if you've seen the video, you've seen it. It was just such a heartfelt kind of moment for everybody, and especially at the very end there when that one kid he just started crying because you catch the clip in the video of him saying, "My dream," and he opens it up or something like that. Oh man, that's amazing.
That
gave you a big hug.
Chills.
That was one of my favorite. Everything up to that moment, like it made the whole video worth it.
That's for sure.
Not even the video itself, just the idea of why we do the show, why we work so hard to put our city on the map, and like just chase our dreams. It was like that was the moment.
That one kid.
That one.
That's all that mattered. Yeah.
That's what we do this for, right? Is to at the end of the day, if you can influence one kid to chase their dreams, and I just gave him a soccer ball, it was worth it. It was worth it, and it was so nice because we got to sit around a carpet. Taylor was dressed up in a deer, sitting on the chair, and then me and Robin led like the introduction. We got in there. Best part was when they ripped over the presents. To the start though, no one wanted to open their presents. And so it took a little encouragement. We were like, come on, just open it. And so I
had one or two kids.
I had to challenge some kid. I was like, I bet you that's not a Lego. And he's like, nope, that's a Lego. I'm like, prove it.
So one kid saw Prairie Sunrise. The thing was labeled PS R, like Prairie Sunrise. Some kid saw PS in a tiny box and was like, it's a PS5. And I was like, hey kid, like, it's not a PS5. It's this big.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
I would like,
but nice, but that kind of budget there.
No. I was like, I don't think so, but you could open it.
That's what got him to open the present. And then one kid did it. He's like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
And then everyone else
did.
was opening the presents. That was fun. Mm-hmm. But I was not expecting that one kid to come back just bawl in tears. It didn't make the video, but
that was just because I didn't.
No. And it was,
I mean, you can kind of see he's wiping his feet.
But
Oh, it made me almost tear up.
yeah,
Like,
same
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like I think one thing that
adorable.
wasn't captured at all, but if you noticed, we were sitting in that circle. There was a bunch of teachers and staff around.
Yeah.
They were all in tears.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
They were bawling
Yeah.
and like actually crying.
yeah,
And yeah, no, that was so sweet.
yeah.
So
There was
sweet.
a moment for when I think it was on video when we were just like in awe of the moment that just happened, and we were just that was like I don't even know how Taryn got that shot of us just talking, but
Yeah.
it was just like wow, like this is so.
That's the reason we do it. That was the reason.
Yeah.
That was the reason we did it.
And then we were even able to give that same kid his little sister a gift too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we had extras. We had extras, which is
Yeah,
great.
extras.
Which is great
Yeah.
that we had extras.
and that was like it worked out in terms of we gave extra presents to even some of the families.
Yeah, and the classrooms as well. Some of the classrooms at Prairie Sunrise, we just gave them classroom toys that they could just use in the classrooms.
and then even the children's hospital was
Children's Hospital got a bunch too.
yeah. So that led us from Prairie Sunrise. Next was
River East.
River East.
We took a lunch break because we were hungry.
We did.
But then we went to River East. And so River East was a little bit different than the other ones, whereas the school River East had gathered food items. They did food hampers throughout the week. And I'm actually a student teacher at River East, so that's how that worked. That's how that connection came about. And so I was helping out with the hampers throughout the week, so I knew kind of how it worked, how many hampers we were kind of collecting for. I didn't know how many families till Thursday, but I knew that okay, this is how it's going to work, and we were going to deliver. Since we had the cars, since we were going to use them in the video, it made sense that we were just going to deliver to the families itself. At first, I thought there was 4. Turns out when we got there's 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Turns out when we got there's a lot more, and they were all kind of close. So we're like, okay, it's fine. And so instead of delivering it to the school, we picked up the boxes of food that the River East had collected, and we delivered those to the individual houses.
Yeah.
Which was also very fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great moment. There's many times when we walked to the door, knocked on the door, and just 10 kids just all at the door, like so curious about what's going on. 5 kids, whole family, just thank you, so much love,
Yeah.
so much love.
And during that process, there was times where you see like a lot of these kids they're definitely need, like it was
Yeah.
good that it went to the people that actually needed it.
Yeah.
Which was so nice and made it even more worth it.
Yeah.
Right. I remember there's this one mother. She literally started crying in front of us, and it was like, wow. Yeah.
That's what we do it. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
Those are the reasons. Yeah.
But we also got a selfish moment in there.
106.
106.
Yeah.
106. Yeah.
So me and Brock were in the gift car.
The Santa sleigh.
The Santa sleigh, and we were just like talking, and I was like, hey, like we did CJOB the morning of, which I don't think we mentioned, at all.
Was that the no?
Yeah, the morning.
Or morning of the
delivery.
No, not delivery.
Pickup.
Pickup day.
Yeah,
Pickup day. We sat down right here, and we recorded the CJOB before it did anything. So that was a plus right away.
Yeah.
We had something, and we're just gonna play it right here. Yeah. Here is our CJOB interview that we recorded the morning of.
This is Winnipeg Weekends with Kevin Bergen on 680 CJOB.
I got your next favorite podcast, okay? The 204 Rise podcast aims to document the rising hidden talent within the streets of Winnipeg. So this is a local podcast. So on the line now, I have Robin Mann, who's one of the hosts, and Arshdeep Chauhan. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am excellent. This is kind of, turning the mic. The hosts now get interviewed, huh? Are you guys used to this?
Yeah, it's a new experience, but we do this every Saturday morning.
I think it's pretty awesome. Okay, Robin, I'll start with you. Maybe you can tell everybody what the 204 Rise podcast actually is.
It's very simple. You break down the name. 204 is the area code for our city, and Rise is taking the steps from one spot to another, going from a journey from something to nothing, or nothing to something, rather. And we are here to document that. There's a lot of talent in our city, and a lot of people who are doing great things, and we just want to show those stories and tell them to the world.
Arshdeep, there's a ton of podcasts out there, and there's a million things that you guys could have been talking about. Why this particular topic?
Winnipeg is where we were born and raised, or we lived here for a majority of our life, right? And so we love this city. We know the community and how close knitted we are to our communities and who we surround ourselves with in this city. And it was just a matter of fact of just getting it on a platform. There's so much hidden talent, as Robin mentioned, and we always loved creating content. And it was just a natural bias for us to start something to showcase the mission. Our mission from high school was to spread love, and this was just another platform for us to do that.
That's awesome. Robin, obviously your show is about finding hidden talents and shining a light on that for people of Winnipeg to discover. But along the way, have you guys been surprised at some of the hidden talents that you found?
Of course. I think the one thing that we really realized when we started was everyone has a story, and everyone has some sort of struggles or something that they have to go through in order to make it to where they are. All the struggles you go through, all the moments in your life, they lead to the moment that you are here, whether you realize it or not. And that realization of just talking with people, talking with Winnipeggers and seeing everyone, how they got to their place, that was for sure surprising. And along the way, we got to meet some very, very cool people, and just the ability to spend a long form time with someone, have a conversation for an hour, 2 hours. You just get to know them on a really deep and intimate level where it's just inspiring, motivating for us to keep going, but to provide hope to anyone who is in that spot that has dreams of achieving something.
100%. Arshdeep, do you find that it's almost like pulling back the curtain for the Wizard, the Wizard of Oz, where you have a conversation with people? You always see the public persona of someone, but then when you actually get to talk to them, it just kind of pulls the curtain back and lets you learn a lot more about them.
100%. It's very interesting because me and Robin, we're both very curious people. So when we have a conversation with anyone from Winnipeg, it really puts it into perspective how real Winnipeg is, in the sense that we're so grounded in our values, in our beliefs, in our mission of continuing to rise. And it really, when we have a conversation with them for an hour or 2 hours, it really puts it into perspective that we're all on this planet to achieve a common mission, and that's to spread love. So yeah, it does really put it into perspective for us.
Okay, I hate to put you guys on the spot right now, but who are some of the people that maybe have inspired you the most as you've gone along and created this podcast?
David, you asking some difficult questions here.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I noticed you guys have a lot of episodes, which is awesome. So I'm just wondering, out of that, like I do a food show, and a lot of times I go to restaurants and talk to different people, and obviously people that are on this show. And as you get to talk to people, the more people you talk to, it's almost like a drug. You want to talk to more people because, again, it's super inspiring for even a place that you drive by every day and you have no idea what goes on in that building. Then you go and find out, exactly what, all the work that goes behind maybe a building that you've passed by a million times, or a person that you've seen on TV, a million times, and you don't really know their story. So I'm wondering who has inspired you guys to keep the show going.
No, I will resonate with exactly you said. When you do so many things and you talk with so many people, it's almost hard to pick your favorite. I'm sure it's hard for you to pick your favorite food as well.
For sure.
But for us, we talk with so many people from so many different areas. So it's business, music, arts, anything and everything. So there's so many categories which we could dive into, but we got the chance to, just in our recent season right here, we got a chance to talk with David Asper, who's the owner of the Sea Bears, as well as some others who are producers in the city. Pascal Beats is one of them. And that was just in our recent season as well. And we recently got to talk to a car dealership, St James Volkswagen, who we're going to be working with in our Christmas holiday as well. And so to pick a favorite, we've done summer sound events, a lot. Like I couldn't sit down and name you one, because each one has a different story and each one has a different unique. So sometimes I like this part from one part and I like this story from another. Mm-hmm. So to pick one, it's like picking your favorite child, my friend.
See, you do pick a favorite child. You just don't tell them that to their face.
Yes, of course.
Or if you're like my mom, Jamaican, she will tell you to your face. Speaking of which, you guys have an event coming up where you're collaborating with St. James VW. So maybe you can talk about the event that you have coming up.
100%. So we've always done a Christmas holiday video. And so, as we said, we want to give back to our community. We're all about Winnipeg. And so this year we got this amazing idea of giving back to the community in a much bigger way, on a bigger platform from what we started. We originally started with giving back 20 cups of coffee. And this was during COVID times when we followed all protocols, and we made a video out of it. now we're back to the normal society, you can say. And now we have the chance to make a bigger impact. So we partnered with St James Volkswagen to give back to our community. We're giving away $5,000 worth of presents to schools and families in need, just to bring a little joy to their Christmas holidays. Yeah, so that is the idea itself. It's to give back to the community, the people that make us who we are today. 204 Rise is with the people, and so the video is to give back to the community and show how much we appreciate their support and how much Winnipeg does mean to us.
Is this an event that the community can actually contribute to?
Yeah, 100%. So the video is broken up into 3 portions. We will be getting the gifts, wrapping the gifts, and delivering the gifts. And the best way for the community to contribute to us is to watch the video when it goes live on December 25th at 2:04 p.m. That's the best way they can contribute in terms of showing that there's a reason why we do this and really solidifying the idea that, hey, Winnipeg is worth giving back to, Winnipeg is worth doing positive things in, and it just reassures that, and we can just do it bigger and better next year and the year after that.
Okay, so let's give people some basic information. Where can, obviously you said 2:04 p.m. on the 25th, but you can tell them where they can watch the video, maybe your social media handles, and most importantly, where they can listen to your podcast.
Yeah, so we're on all streaming platforms, and so that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And so, yeah, just search 204 RISE, and that is our handle on all social media platforms as well. So we're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. Add us up everywhere. We're on all social platforms. And on YouTube, you can find the Christmas holiday video, as Robin mentioned, December 25th at 2:04 p.m. And our YouTube channel name is 204 RISE, 204 Rise.
Winnipeg Weekends with Kevin Bergen on 680 CJOB.
Never gets old. Never gets old. Good shit. Well done. Good shit. Well done. Let's go, bro. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go. That never gets old. That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, that's insane. We're running it. Well done.
Yeah, we did CJOB the morning of, before. So we were just talking about, hey, like, listen, we did a bunch of radio stations. He's like, man, like, we were listening to 106. He's like, it'd be so cool to be on 106. I was like, hey, like, we interviewed some of the guys, and he was like, call them. I was like, I don't think I can call them because they do the morning show, and this is like, it's 1 o'clock. But I just Googled like Energy 106 call-in number, picked up the phone. It rang maybe 3 times. Maybe 3 times. The guy picks up, hey, Energy 106. And that's what you see on camera. That's what you see right there.
Yeah, and he's like, yo, turn on the radio, turn on the radio.
So, okay, I will say a little movie magic here. Yeah. So I called in, I recorded the call in. What I called in wasn't actually what happened live.
Yeah.
Okay. So I called in, and after the call, he goes, hey man, I just recorded all of that on our little end. I'm gonna play it in like 5-10 minutes after the song and this little ad break. Hang up. And that's when I called Archie. I said, hey, turn on the radio station. And I called the other car too, Kayla and Taylor's car. I was like, turn on the station right now.
Yeah.
And we waited. We waited a while.
We did like 3 deliveries.
We did 3 deliveries in a while, and I was like, Brock, just stay in the car. If you see anything, just honk the horn. Honk the horn.
And that was, yeah, we got a reaction. That was
a real reaction.
Yeah.
That was yeah,
live. when I closed the door and I was like, yo, you're crazy. I can't believe Taryn got that, but yeah, that was
genuinely the real reaction. Yeah. So nice. Yeah, Again, thank you, 106. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
106. Thank you, CGOB.
Yeah. But
that's when the deliveries took a while.
The delivery took a while. And took a while in terms of we were there at what? Like pretty much the entire day. Yeah, 2:30, 3 o'clock, something.
We were there for a while.
Yeah.
Because the deliveries were all over the place, and we had to like get up, unload, losing gifts in the process.
Yeah. It was just like the gifts started rambling into each other, and some of them left. We forgot to give, so we had to go back and give the gifts and a lot of things, and that led to Children's Hospital. Like we were thinking of doing everything one day. So we called Children's Hospital, close at 4:30.
The initial timeline I think was 2, I said. 2:30 I called. 2:30 I said. And it was like 1:30 and I was like, we just getting started here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
And so I texted and I was like, hey, we're running a little late. Expect around 3:30.
Yeah, and then at 3:30, me and you had a conversation. You were asking like, what do I give him? I'm like,
Yeah.
you were saying like 30 minutes. And I'm like,
I was like, yeah, like we'd probably make it for 5.
yeah,
I was like, we expected probably 5.
yeah,
And so I just called the guy and I go, hey, we're running a little late. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Traffic as well as delivering other schools. And she goes, hey, we're actually closed at 4:30. Like our staff leaves at 4:30. I was like, that's tough.
yeah,
Because we weren't gonna make it like close. And so then they said, okay, just come the next morning.
yeah.
And so that's what we did. We drove all the way back to St. James, unloaded the car, put the rest of the gifts back in Arsh's car.
Yeah. And then we drove it off.
And then next morning we did it. We did that. We did that.
Yeah.
But
That's
the video
what-
doesn't end there.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the video ends there, but
But-
there were so much things that happened after the point. So
The next day.
the next day, like the day that we delivered to Children's Hospital, day 4,
That
not-
same day, we get invited to come and host or be part of Dakota Collegiate's Hamper Time pep rally in front of the entire school. Robin's getting on a flight.
yeah, so I had already booked a flight months in advance.
Yeah.
For 4:30 to Florida.
Yeah.
And so I knew I was going to be editing on the plane. I knew I needed all the footage beforehand. But Jessica Yakachuk was like, please come to this. And I was like, okay, well,
Our school.
we're going to come. We're going to come. It might not be all of us, but somebody will be there.
Yeah.
And so you talk about that event, because you were there. I was not there.
Yeah. So, we were supposed to give a little speech and we ended up doing that. That was worth it. Like all the school was there. Kayla got to give a speech. I gave a speech and explained basically the process of how we started, talked about the entire high school journey, and then it was just like, yo, chase your dreams. Like this is the real life proof of us doing it. Threw some candy canes into the crowd, hyped up the crowd a little bit, and yeah, that was it. And then just ended off their pep rally with a little game that I think Taryn filmed. And then, yeah, that was.
I'm going to insert the clip because we have it on video. It's just,
Yeah.
and make it so here is Arshdeep and Kayla and Taryn at Dakota.
Yeah.
Nobody want to do it like food? Give a cheer to Awesome. Okay, here we go. So I just want to thank Arch and Robin again for tying me into this project. So I think that this is something that definitely, it started here, and so I'm so happy that we could bring it back here. So I think that, as you guys all know from attending Dakota, it's a place that just fosters like a want to give back to the community. You guys have all been doing that over the last few weeks by collecting for Hamper Time. And these lovely gentlemen were able to contribute to that by buying, I think we bought 250 toys for kids. So they've been working on this for so long, and I just got a call last Friday, and they asked, hey, are you done exams? And I went, I just submitted my final assignment. I went, so we need somebody to organize, and we've spent the last week working so hard, and we thank you guys so much for all of your contributions. And again, we're so happy that we can contribute as well. I need my notes now. Okay. So I think that Dakota is just such a it's such a unique place. It's a place that everybody finds something. You can be with your science, arts, we know we love our sports. And there's so many teachers that you can all thank for that. All of the staff in this room are here, and they're here for you. So they're going to be your biggest cheerleaders, your biggest advocates, your biggest supporters from where you are now to where we are now, and forever after that. Yeah. I think that I could name every single staff member in this room for helping me, but then I think about my brothers who graduated last year. So one of them is majoring in jazz, the other one's majoring in computer science. So they have Mr. Ritchie and Mr. Scott to thank for that. Nice. Yeah, so I'm graduating with my bachelor's in kinesiology this coming summer, and then I'm going on to occupational therapy. So I thank you for welcoming me back now, and I hope to come back again. And now over to the man, the myth, and the legend, Archdeep.
Lancer Nation, let's make some noise! Come on, we can do louder than that. Come on, one more time. Let's make some noise! That's right, that's the Lancer Nation I remember. This moment right now is so surreal for me. 5 years ago, I was sitting in those exact same bleachers, thinking the exact same thing as you. When is this guy gonna be done talking so I can go home for Christmas break? I promise, I won't take that long, but I feel like the mission that we're on is worth sharing with everyone here. In my final grade 12 year with my friend, Robin Mann, we started on a mission, and that was a mission of spreading love. One mission, spreading love, that started here. We wanted to make our high school experience memorable. It was our final year, we wanted to leave an impact on the school. And so what we did is what any student would do. Look at Mr. Scott for inspiration and start doing morning announcements. That gave us the confidence to continue doing more. From there, we went on to join the student council to plan events around the Dakota Collegiate. We joined grad committee, and luckily we were able to become grad presidents. We did hammer time. We did everything and anything that we could do to spread one mission, and that was to spread love. So that brings me here today. I graduated in 2018, and I was left in shock. We started on this mission of spreading love, and then we went into doing nothing. And that's where our mission truly started. We knew that we couldn't just stop there. We wanted to do more, and that's where the idea of our podcast came about. We called it 204 Rise because we wanted to give it a platform for Winnipeg talent to showcase their stories. At the end of the day, we're here for Winnipeg, we're here for DCI, and most importantly, we were here to spread love. So every year, we started on a mission of doing a holiday day video. That's why Terrence is filming this right now. Last holiday video, we gave away 20 cups of coffee to 20 of our subscribers, and we knew we could just do more. There was something missing, and that's what brought me here today. This year, we partnered with St James Volkswagen to give away $5,000 worth of toys to the community. And from there, we documented everything for a video for you guys to watch to help us out on December 25th, Christmas Day at 2:04 p.m. So you're probably wondering, why am I sharing all this thing with you? And that's brought me here today to tell you one thing. Whatever you do in life, whatever dream you have in life, you can accomplish it. If you have a dream, don't let anyone stop you from accomplishing it. People will tell you no, but look in their face and be like, watch me do it. If I can leave you with one mission, it'd be to chase your dreams, and lastly, to continue spreading love. Thank you guys.
Wow. So Robin's out here with Robin, Archdeep, and Kayla, and there's also a video. You ready for the video? All right, take it away.
What? Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send their verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the gold. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the gold? Who the gold? Who the gold? Who the gold? Who you really rooting for? Like a kid that had been from January to November. It's just too cold. Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what?
Yes. 204 Rise.
All right. Hope you enjoy that.
No, we're back.
Yeah. So that was, I had like this whole script ready, but I was like, last minute, no, it's going from the heart. Like it's just, I could give this, or it'd be from the heart. So, yeah, hopefully it came off.
No, it was. I watched it back when I looked through the footage, and I was very like I was almost in tears as well. I was like, "Damn, we did that!" Like,
Yeah.
it's very sweet to see, just
Yeah.
in front of the entire school, the school that we were in, the seats that we sat in, and
That's
just kind of flipped.
That's exactly what I said, because
Yeah.
I was like, it's so surreal, because like, yeah, 5 years ago we were sitting in those exact same bleachers, and yeah, just to see where we are at life, it was just,
Those kids were probably so confused.
yeah, they were they were.
Who are these guys? Hey,
But some of them came up and asked me like, "Hey, how do I buy your merch?" And I was like, "You don't have merch."
It's good to know though. They're looking for it.
Yeah. And so that kind of ends that day. And so I had all the footage, and this is where
Your journey starts.
my journey just goes downhill. This part sucked. I would genuinely say this was very bad.
Please stick. Yeah, because you were on a plane.
Yeah, so I hop on a plane, we got through security, it was like nothing, like flight, everything was fine. But yeah, it was a 4-hour flight, so the entire time I was just staring at a computer, because you have to remember the amount of footage we have. 3 full days and the 4th day of the delivering in the morning, but multiple camera angles for each one. And we were there. I think this is a rough estimate, but I'm thinking it was around like 37 hours of like footage.
Yeah.
Like actual file sizes. The file sizes were like 400, 500 gigabytes.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was repeat, right? Because you had a camera, I had a camera, Adam had a camera. So it's a lot of the same stuff, but it is from different points of view.
Perspectives, yeah.
Points of view. And so there was like a lot of like organizing that I had to go through. But that's the editing thing that I signed up for. But yeah, it was a lot. And I spent the entire time on the plane, got off. We reached Florida at nighttime, went to bed. The entire next 2 days that I was in Florida, I spent organizing and going through the footage.
Yeah.
Brutal. Brutal.
Good on you, by the way.
Just brutal.
Yeah.
Just sucked.
Walk me through what was, because there was moments that we talked about this off camera, but
Sucked. It was great. Like watching the footage was great. Like, cause I was there. I'd seen it. I was physically there. But it was just, the footage would never end. Like there would just be files and files and files. So I'd do one, I'd be like, okay, this is all so I would watch through it and I would cut it down. Okay, these are the important parts. I'd put them all in like, this is day 1, this is day 2. But it just wouldn't end. There was just so much footage of like, okay, it did. And then there's so much footage on day 1 that they would start getting confused. And now I can confidently say, if you said, hey, remember that time when I said that in a video? I could tell you exactly where it is. Like I could find the file for you because I watched through all of it. And yeah, it was rough. It was a rough, computer crashed not computer, but the system crashed a couple times. It wasn't like I wasn't scared or anything, but I was like, but I had backups as well. I had everything backed up on the drive, so I knew I wasn't going to lose footage. Worst come worst, I would just have to look through it all again. But nothing like that happened. And it was like Christmas time, so I came up with an idea. Again, it was just 48 hours of me literally staring at a computer screen. Came up with an idea of like, let's make the Christmas open book. You know the book like Christmas specials, they have like, once upon a time in a far land away. So I created the entire book, the beginning of it, and that was going to be the intro. I'm so glad that was not the intro. Because it was like some old like AI voiced old guy like creating a poem of like, once upon a time in a land far away, 4 boys on a mission to spread love all the way. Like just some like poem-y thing.
that's kind of fire.
I think I have the poem, which I will show you, like, cause I have that file saved. But yeah, it looked cool-ish, but it was not the vibe at all.
Maybe if we do an animated Christmas special.
Yeah, like, you know? But that was kind of, and so I was working on it. I was like, it's like kind of good. It's like not bad. Definitely not as hype as the beginning of this video is, but it was like a good intro. And then I was like the day Monday is when it's supposed to come out, so I was like, I stayed up pretty late. I was up there till 4 a.m. and I texted Arsh at 4. I knew he wasn't awake, but I was like, hey, listen, like, are we just putting something out to put something out, or do we want to put out something good? Because what had happened 2 hours before that is I was just staring at my computer screen and things were moving. Like, I was moving this clip here, this clip there, but it was all happening in my head. Nothing was happening on the screen itself. And that's when I knew. I was like, I was like, I was burnt of like, I knew what to move, but nothing was actually moving. And I do think it was like a solid 2 hours of me just staring at the screen and nothing moved. And so that's when I was like, hey, listen, I know we said the 25th and we can put out a video, but it won't be good.
Yeah. And I'm actually glad that to an extent, we didn't put it out because I didn't see the first product.
No, you didn't. I deleted it after, which I should have kept.
I wish you kept it. Yeah, but even like I didn't see the first product, but seeing the amount of time like I watched this video, I'm glad that we stuck it out, waited till January 1st to give it the attention it deserves. Yeah. No, it was a dark time, as one must describe. Yeah. But it was worth it because because I was like, okay, we're pushing it till Jan, and so then I did not do anything the rest of the day, especially editing wise. I did not look at it, and then after like 2 full days of like kind of breathing, that's when I was like, oh, I know how this video is gonna work. Yeah, and that really helped. That really did help.
So, if you guys had to pull anything from this last year, this big event that we did, and you could like say one thing that you learned over this past year that you could like take from it and be like, this was like the biggest thing, what would it be?
I have mine.
You can go first.
Okay. If you really think you can do it, you can. If you actually put, not just like, okay, let's come up with an idea and actually do it, but if you actually take the legitimate steps one by one to actually do it, everything else will work itself out. Everything will work itself out. Which for a long time I didn't think. Like, yeah. I said I did not think this video was gonna happen. Filmers aren't gonna show up, something's gonna happen, we're not gonna be, the card's gonna get, something's gonna happen. But every single step we took, one step closer, and everything eventually just worked itself out. That's what I would take from it. So dream big.
Stay positive.
Yeah.
Don't quit.
Yeah.
And just, apply yourself, work hard.
Dream big.
Manifestation's real. Right?
Because it will work itself out.
Yeah. I think that leads to be my biggest lesson from this holiday video, from the year itself, is everything in life will happen, just not the way you imagine it would have. Yeah. You take the right steps, everything will happen, just not the way you imagine it would have. That's my lesson. That's my lesson.
Yeah, I like that one. I live by that consistently, in the sense like I have something similar that I say to myself is like, you can ask the universe to give you anything in life and it'll give it to you. You just don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. Yeah. You'll get it.
You ask for success, the universe will give you the opportunity to be successful. Yeah. And so we asked for a holiday video. The universe responded and was like, okay, you got a month to plan this.
Here's what you need
to do. Go out and do it.
It worked.
So yeah, if you have an idea, you have a mission, you have a dream, go chase it, take the right steps, and continue rising.
I think if I had to take anything from this past year, just from myself, from working with you guys, from the Christmas video, it's that you have to believe in yourself. You can't give up on yourself. Okay. And that's number one most important thing. And that applies to things that you guys said too, right? Obviously, things will happen if you ask for it, and you really do have to apply yourself in order to make things happen. But in order for that, for you to achieve the success that you're looking for, you really, really have to believe in yourself, and you have to tell yourself every day that you're worth it, you're capable of it, and that you can make it happen. Because the second that you start to doubt yourself and deny yourself that opportunity, that's when you start closing doors and throwing away keys. So
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And until next time, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't checked out the holiday video, please check it out. Subscribe, like, comment, reshare if possible. And until next episode, see you guys. Peace.
Take care. Peace.